Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Pramanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Budhirayen Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevayam Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistakhe. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very meant of conquest, one should offer their respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. By regular attendance in classes on Srimad Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service unto the pure devotees of the Lord, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental song is established as an irrevocable fact. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 21, chapter entitled Hiranyakasipu terrorizes the universe. Tasyoga danda samvignam Tasyoga danda samvignam Sarve loka sapalakam Sarve loka sapalakam Anyatra labda sarana Anyatra labda sarana Saranam yayor achyudam Saranam yayor achyudam Tasyogra danda samvignam Sarve loka sapalakam Anyatra labda sarana Saranam yayor achyudam Tasyogra danda samvignam Sarve loka sapalakam Anyatra labda sarana Saranam yayor achyudam.
Tasyogradanda samvigna Sarve loka sapalaka Anyatra labdha Sharanam yayur achyutam. Tasyogradanda samvigna Sarve loka sapalaka Anyatra labdha Sharanam yayur achyutam. Tasyoga danda samvigna Sarve loka sapalaka Yantrava sharana Sharanam yayo achyutam.
Yogadanda Sambhigna Saviloka Sapalaka Nathalabda Sharana Sharanam Yayurachutam
Tasya, of him Hiranyakasipu, Ugradhanda, by the very fearful chastisement, Samvigna, disturbed, Sarve, all, Loka, the planets, Sapalaka, with their principal rulers, Anyatra, anywhere else, Alabdha, not obtaining, Sarana, shelter, Saranam, for shelter, Yayu, approached, Achyudam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: everyone, including the rulers of the various planets, was extremely distressed because of the severe punishment inflicted upon them by Hiranyakasipu. Fearful and disturbed, unable to find any other shelter, they at last surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Purport: Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5:29, Bhuktaram yagya tapasam sarvaloka maheswaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam santim richati. The sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerity, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is actually the best friend of everyone. In a condition of distress or misery, one wants to seek shelter of a well-wishing friend. The well-wishing friends of the perfect order is Lord Krishna. Therefore, all the inhabitants of the various planets, being unable to find any other shelter, were obliged to seek shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Friend. If from the very beginning we seek shelter of the Supreme Friend, there will be no cause of danger. It is said that if a dog is swimming in the water and one wants to cross the ocean by catching hold of a dog's tail, certainly he is foolish. Similarly, if in distress one seeks shelter of a demigod, he is foolish, for his efforts will be fruitless. In all circumstances, one should seek shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then there will be no danger under any circumstances. Om Magyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksoranmalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानो सुदे देवी प्रणममि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तस्योग्रादंड संविघ्न सर्वे लोका सफालका अन्यंत्रा लब्धा शरणा शरणं यायुर अच्युतम। Everyone, including the rulers of the various planets, was extremely distressed because of the severe punishment inflicted upon them by Hiranyakasipu. Fearful and disturbed, unable to find any other shelter, they at last surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Vande Nantarbhutaiswaryam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopyat Prasadatshat Bhakti Sastra Pravartakam. So we are continuing the reading of the Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 21, on the subject matter of Hiranyakasipu terrorizes the universe. So here, seeing the difficulties from Hiranyakasipu, the demigods have decided to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The demigods, being the devotee of the Lord, they know that ultimately they have to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 11, text 21, Krishna, upon seeing the universal form, Arjuna, upon seeing the universal form of the Lord, he says, Amehi tvam surasanga visanti kechid beta phalanjayor gananti swasiti yuktva maharishi siddha sangha suvanti tvam sutabi puskalabhi. He could able to see that all the demigods are going into the body of the Supreme Lord, and all the demigods are crying and they are calling the Lord Swastiti, Swastiti. That means they are calling that there will be, let there will be peace, that there will be peace. So only for the peaceful situation of the entire world. One must understand here Prabhupada explains that Krishna is the supreme proprietor, Bhuktaram Yajna Sapatapasam Sarvalokam Maheswaram. When a person understands that Krishna is the supreme proprietor, is the supreme enjoyer, is the supreme well-wisher and friend of all living entities, then a person attains peace in his life. In this way, in the purport, Prabhupada writes, the moment you call Krishna for help, you become free from all kinds of danger. In the pastime of the Gajendra, the elephant Gajendra, being caught by the crocodile, the Gajendra is the devotee of Lord Vishnu. He every day goes to the garden and picks some flowers. He offered to the Lord. And on that particular day, he went to pick the flowers. Somewhere or other, he went to drink water in the lake. And he was caught by this crocodile. But somewhere or other, Gajendra did not call the Lord immediately. They were fighting for 1,000 years, and being in the water, the crocodile day by day it became more stronger, but the elephant Gajendra, being living in the land, he was getting very weak. And after 1,000 years of fighting with the crocodile, then the elephant Gajendra, he realizes that is no point of fighting alone. He should be losing this battle. And finally he called upon the Narayana. And immediately the Lord appeared. And he cut off the head of the crocodile. And the Lord has protected this Gajendra. Even with that, in the battle for 1,000 years, Gajendra was holding that flower he has picked to offer to the Lord. He did not throw away the flower because thinking that he is in great trouble, he is in the great disturbance, he is fighting with the crocodile. While fighting for 1,000 years, still he was holding that flower. And when the Lord appeared and protected him, he offered that flower. The Lord asked Gajendra why it took 1,000 years to call him. He says, if you would have called me on the very day you were in trouble with the crocodile, I would have come to protect you. Naham tistami vaikunte yoginam hridaye suva tatra tistami narada yatra ghayanti mad bhaktam. When Narada Muni went to see the Lord, he inquired where is the actual residence of the Lord. Whether he lives in Vaikuntha, where he really lives. And the Lord replied, I do not live in Vaikuntha. I do not live in a place where the yogis are meditating, but I live in a place where my devotees are always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the devotees all the time, they feel the presence of the Lord, and they are not in any fear of anything in the world because they understand of the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the chapter 9, text 29, 30, 31, Krishna explained, Samoham sarva bhutesu namedvesu sinapriya e bhajanti tumam bhaktam bhaitetesu chapi aham. Krishna says he doesn't envy anybody in the world. He is equal to everyone in the world, and whoever is friend in him, he also friend to them. Apiche suraracharo bhajante mam ananya bhag saruriva sammantavya samyak vyavasitta hisa. Even a great sinful person, once he has taken up Krishna consciousness, Krishna says even that person should be considered as a devotee. Then in 931, Krishna says, Sipram bhavanti dharmatvam sasvak chanta nigachati kaunteya prati janehi name bhakta purnasyati. By the progress of Krishna consciousness, slowly even a sinful person become a very nice devotee of the Lord. And the Lord told Arjuna, declare all over the world that my devotees will never perish. So in this way, the Lord has given his commitment, his promise that he will always protect his devotee. For that reason, in any condition, the devotees, they always seek only the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the similar way here, the demigod, they found there is no other option in their life. They approach Lord Vishnu for the protection from the demoniac activities of Hiranyakasipu. And now the Lord have answered their question. The same Canto 7, chapter 4, text 27 and 28. The Lord told when the demigods approached the Lord for the help, the Lord told them, He said, Yadha devesu vedesu gosu vipresu sadhusu dharme mahicha visvesu. He says that dharmam nadiya vidvesu sasu asava asu vinasyati. The Lord told the demigods not to worry. He says anybody in the world, they give trouble to the demigods, the devas. If they give trouble to the Vedas, if they disobey the injunction of the Vedas, which gives knowledge to the entire human society, a person who causes trouble, anxiety to the cow, to the Brahmana, to the Vaishnava, a person who against the principle of religion, and finally a person who against me, I will finish them off very soon. Nisvay nirvairaya prasantaya swasutaya mahatmana praradaya dhruva dhanusyapi varojiti. In the same chapter 7, Canto 7, chapter 4, text 28, the Lord says that Prahlad Maharaj is the son of Hiranyakasipu, but he is very sober, is very peaceful, and he has surrendered to me. The moment Hiranyakasipu disturbs his own son Prahlad Maharaj, who is the Prasantasya, always very peaceful, he says, I will come and finish him off. In this way, we have to understand that the Vaishnavas, devotees, are very, very dear to the Lord Himself. Narottama Das Thakur, one of his songs, he says, Haristane aparadha tare harinam Vaishnavatsana aparade nahi paritram. Narottama Das Thakur says that the chanting of the holy name of the Lord delivers a person from the clutches of bondage in this world. When a person offends the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will be excused by the Lord Himself. But if a person offends the devotees of the Lord, he said there is no excuse for him. So in this way, the devotees are very, very dear to the Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text 68, there is a conversation. Durvasa Muni has offended Ambarish Maharaj. And the Lord releases his Sudarshan Chakra to kill Durvasa Muni. And finally, Durvasa Muni came to take shelter of the Lord. The Lord said, Sadhunam, Sadhuvo, Hridayam Mayam, Sadhunam, Hridayam Tuvam. He says that the core, the pure devotees are situated in the core of my heart, and I am situated in their heart. My devotees do not know anything else. My pure devotee do not know anything else other than myself in this world. And the similar way, I do not know anybody else in this world other than my devotees. So devotees are very, very dear to the Lord. So we have to be very, very, very careful in dealing with the Vaishnavas. Every day we are reading the offenses. Bahujanma karayade Shravana Kirtana Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. Even many, many lifetimes we may be chanting Hare Krishna mantra, But if we are indulging into all these offenses, then there will be no awakening of prema in our heart. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called this Vaishnava aparad is a mad elephant aparad. Yada Vedi Vaishnava aparada. He says that it's a Atimata is the mad elephant offenses. You got a beautiful garden, you let the elephant enter into the garden, then everything is finished. You know? Just like in some time ago, that the BJP party in India, when they tabled the year budget, the finance minister, he says that he said there is enough for everybody in India. For everybody's need, there is enough, but not for everybody's anyone's greed. And she said that just like a rice field. He said that when a mad elephant enters, it destroys everything. In this way, she said that the people who are into taking bribes, they are like a mad elephant. Whatever it has been established, they only destroy. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called that those who are offending the Vaishnavas, they are like a mad elephant. No, the creeper of bhakti will be destroyed. And one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ran to the house of Murari Gupta. He entered the altar room, prayer room of Murari Gupta. Mahaprabhu took a form of Lord Varahadev. And Mahaprabhu told Murari Gupta that Lord Varahadev was not happy with Hiranyaksha and has killed him. He says that anybody who offending my devotees, I will never tolerate. He said Lord Krishna appeared and he killed Hiranyakasipu because he was offending Vaishnava. And the Lord appeared as Ram and he has killed Ravana. And the Lord has killed Sisupal. And Mahaprabhu said that the Lord even killed his own son, Narakasura. So in this way, the Lord doesn't spare anybody, even his own children, if they are offending Vaishnava. He said the Lord will never forgive them. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not happy with with Devananda Pandit. Devananda Pandit is a very good scholar. He speaks Bhagavatam very nicely and he conducts classes of Srimad Bhagavatam in his house. And there are many students, they come to hear. And one time Srivas Pandit, he went through that way, he saw that Devananda Pandit is talking on the Srimad Bhagavatam. He entered into the audience, he sat there. And slowly when Srivas Pandit was hearing the Bhagavatam from the mouth of Devananda Pandit, and he began to have this spiritual ecstasy, he began to cry, began to roll on the floor. So all other people were in the assembly, they thought he's making some trouble here, he's disturbance in the class. So they picked him up and then they went and put him in outside, throw him outside. But all those things been washed by Devananda Pandit, saw all those things, but he doesn't say anything. He never stopped from his audience to do these things to Srivas Pandit. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows this thing has happened, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always avoid Devananda Pandit. Mahaprabhu told his devotee what this Devananda Pandit will know. He speaks Bhagavatam very nicely. But unless a person serves the Bhagavad, the devotee Bhagavatam, unless he serves a Vaishnava, you will never understand the real purpose of the essence of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So what this Devananda Pandit will know about Srimad Bhagavatam? In this way, Mahaprabhu was avoiding Devananda Pandit. And Devananda Pandit knows about this thing. And one time Devananda Pandit, he went to a village, and then there was Vakreshwarar Pandit, another great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vakreshwarar Pandit, he can sing very nicely for the Lord, and he can dance non-stop, dancing in the kirtan for 36 hours. He can dance non-stop. So he was very, very famous. And many people are attracted to see his kirtan. So one time in one village, he was performing kirtan for 6 hours. Many people have circled him, and many people are trying to touch his feet. Many people are trying to go closer to him. And that in that place, Devananda Pandit was there. Devananda Pandit, who have offended Srivas Pandit. So Devananda Pandit was there, and he was trying to protect Vakreshwarar Pandit from all these crowds who are trying to go closer and touch his feet and so on. So after the 6 hours of dancing, and Vakreshwar Pandit said to take some water, and Devananda Pandit, he prepared the place for him, and then he take a clothes, wiped his sweats, and he gave him water. In this way, Devananda Pandit also, he did a very nice service to Vakreshwar Pandit. That also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows. He knows that Devananda Pandit offended Srivas Pandit. He also knows that Devananda Pandit has served Vakreshwar Pandit. When he served Vakreshwara Pandit have told Devananda Pandit that you will soon attain the love of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So he was very happy that he got a blessing from another Vaishnava. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and came to Kulyagram, he was there. And Vakreshwar Pandit, he came. Devananda Pandit, he came. And from very far he was standing and looking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knows Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not happy with him because of the offenses. So then he was standing and looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called him. Then Devananda Pandit offered his obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu told Devananda Pandit that there are two kinds of Bhagavatam is there. One is the book Bhagavatam, another one is the devotee Bhagavatam. He said nobody can understand the real meaning of the Bhagavatam unless they serve the devotee Bhagavatam. He says you have offended Srivas Pandit. So that is not very good. But at the same time you have got a blessing from Vakreshwarar Pandit, another Vaishnava. But whatever the thing is that you have to seek the forgiveness from Srivas Pandit. In this way, Devananda Pandit went and fell at the lotus feet of Srivas Pandit. And Srivas Pandit, being a Vaishnava, never take any offenses to himself. Then he forgave him. In this way, Devananda Pandit was accepted again in the assembly of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the Vaishnava offenses are very, very big problem. Anything else, Krishna can forgive you. But forgiving a person who have offended the Vaishnavas, that is not very possible. And the offenses to the Vaishnava brings a negative effect in the life of the devotees. It will check the progress of the devotees if they offend the Vaishnavas, and slowly the devotee will lose taste for the hearing of the glories of the Lord. The devotee will lose taste for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The devotee will lose taste to be in the association of the other devotees. In this way, the aparadam to the Vaishnavas slowly drag the devotees down from their Krishna consciousness, and slowly they will go away from the association of the devotees. Even mentally, we should not offend the devotees, even though mentally is not really relevant in the Kali Yuga. But Prabhupada says that the thinking, feeling, and willing would be there. Mentally, even mentally, if you offend somebody, you are not thinking good about this person. According to the Shastras, there are 6 things are considered to be the offenses to the Vaishnavas. Number 1, killing a Vaishnava is the greatest offense. Number 2, talking bad about a Vaishnava is an offense. Number 3, ill thinking. Always thinking bad about the devotees are an offense. Number 1, not liking to see the devotees an offense. Number 5, angry upon seeing a devotee as an offense. Number 6, not offering obeisances unto the Vaishnava, it's an offense. So mentally offending will lead to the verbal offenses, and slowly it will go into the physical offenses. So somewhere or other, devotee should nullify all these offenses. Importantly, if the mind is offending somebody, with the same mind one should offer prostrate offense. No, they should prostrate to the Vaishnavas, and mentally he should respect them. If somebody is offending verbally, then with their mouth they should glorify the Vaishnavas. Which tongue has spoken bad about Vaishnava, that also should be used to speak very nicely about that Vaishnava. We should glorify that Vaishnava. And if we are physically offending somebody, we should serve that Vaishnava very nicely. In this way, slowly we have to see the ways. Number 1, we should totally avoid offending the Vaishnavas. And if we have offended them while they are living, we should make a point to immediately go and seek for forgiveness before they die or before we die. Because once he dies or we die, it will be carried to the next life. That is why very important within this lifetime that we should, unless a devotee goes back to Godhead, generally the Vaishnava never take any offenses. If they're very advanced Vaishnavas, they see everything in connection of Krishna, and they understand they've been put into such certain situations so that they can become mature to handle the situation in Krishna conscious way. They can develop a great wisdom in every action so that it will be possible for them to love the Lord through their heart and soul. So generally, while they are living, we should seek for their forgiveness. And if they are left their body and gone, then the Shastra says on their Tirobhava ceremony, when on their disappearance day, there are Vaishnava disappearance we celebrate in our temple. So on their disappearance day, we should make sure that we sponsor some prasadam on behalf of them. And on that day, we also seek the Vaishnava's blessing that they may be forgiven by the offenses they have done. And possible, they should serve the family of the Vaishnavas. They should donate a plant of Tulasi plant. They should donate Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So in this way, somewhere or other, a devotee should make an attempt, number 1, not to offend any Vaishnavas around. even mentally. Number two, that if you are offended, then we have to seek forgiveness from them. Somehow we should mentally honor them, somehow verbally glorify them, and physically serve them. In this way, we should do every ways, try to be free from the reaction of the offenses to the Vaishnavas. And in case if you are not able to meet that person for some reason, in case he has left his body and gone, so you should repent for your action and you should humbly cry and beg the Supreme Lord to rectify his action, to give his mercy that he may progress in Krishna consciousness. And Krishna, even though Krishna is not happy that you are offending a Vaishnava, importantly, if you can seek the mercy of a Vaishnava, can get forgiven. Just like in the case of Jagai and Madai, they have offended Nityananda Prabhu, and Mahaprabhu called for the Sudarshan Chakra to kill them. And Nityananda Prabhu protected them. He says, you have come not to kill anybody with your weapons. You have come to deliver the people of Kali Yuga. If you think Jagai and Madai is the worst being in the world, then almost everybody is going to be killed in this world. Everybody is living like Jagai and Madai. So let them go. So because they've been forgiven by Nityananda Prabhu, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accepted the situation. But there are many people surrendered. They were not very sure that, they are the big, offenders. How they've been forgiven, how they have become free from all sin. They were not very convinced with this thing. And Mahaprabhu, he knows this thing. He said, now I'll show you that the Jagai and Madai, they are free from all the offenses. Mahaprabhu went and hugged them. And Mahaprabhu's body, the golden color, became black color. And Advaita Acharya was there, and Mahaprabhu asked Advaita Acharya, so what do you think about me now? And Advaita Acharya says that Gaurachandra now has become Shamachundar. The golden Lord has become blackish again. And Mahaprabhu asked, Advaita, so what do you think? Now my body has become black. So how to turn back into golden again? And Mahaprabhu also said the only way is that always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this way, Mahaprabhu with the black color was singing and dancing. In the big kirtan, slowly the color, been released and he adopted again, got back his golden color. So in this way, Mahaprabhu is willing to forgive, provided that we repent and try to seek forgiveness from whichever Vaishnavas we have offended them. Always we should be in the mood of serving the Vaishnavas. And after some time, Nityananda Prabhu saw that Jagai and Madai, met them, they became very good devotees. And Madai was not really happy, he was always sad. Nityananda Prabhu says, why you are sad? And Madai says that actually I shouldn't have offended you. And I wanted to kill you that time. So I still feel not very good about this thing, so please forgive me. Nityananda Prabhu says that, a father doesn't take, the offenses of the children that seriously. Sometimes the children, they hit the father or anything. The father, he doesn't take it very seriously. So I've seen you as my own son, not to worry. And still, Madai was very sad. Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu asked him, why you are still very sad? He says, you have accepted me, have forgiven me, but there are a lot of other people I've offended. We go around, we attack everybody, we offended many other people. So how to nullify these offenses? And Nityananda Prabhu said that, you should make a small gata, small hut, near the Ganga, and then you whoever coming there, you prostrate, offer your obeisances, and then you help them, serve them, assist them, those are coming to take bath in the Ganga. In this way, by serving the people coming to Ganga and being situated next to the Ganga, surely you also will become purified. So in this way, Krishna consciousness is very, 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 very simple and very easy. You just focus into your mission of Krishna consciousness. Sreyan swadharma vigunan paro dharma swanustita. There is no offenses when you are trying to carry out your own duty according to your own nature. Instead of you trying to take somebody else's nature and try to do it proper, Krishna said there is no good. He says, Sahajam karma kaunteya sadosam apina tejat. He says, everybody in this world, they are imperfect, they got some shortcomings in their life. Just like the fire is covered by the smoke. But because there is some imperfection, one should not give up the duty born his own nature. So in this way, by understanding the subject matter, today we've been reading, the demigods finally realize they only can be protected from the act of Hiranyakasipu by taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the demigods always, they realize ultimately Krishna is the ultimate protection. So they went to Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu told them not to worry. Yada devesu vedesu gosu vipresu sadhusu dharmam mahicha vidvesu sava asu nan vinasyati. My dear Devatas, not to worry. The moment somebody offending the Vedas, they're offending the demigod, they're offending the cow, they're offending the Brahmana, they're offending the Vaishnava, they go against the principle of Dharma. Finally, when they offend me, I will come. Nirvairaya prasantasya. He says, my devotee Prahlad Maharaj is very peaceful, very sober, very pure in his heart. The moment he touched my devotee, I will come and kill him. So Krishna will be coming as Nrsimhadev. So we should be understanding the subject matter and be careful in the conducting of our practice of Krishna consciousness. And there is no reason why we should try to fight with the devotees, try to argue with the devotees, try to correct the devotees. Not our job here. It is the job of each and every one spiritual master to educate their own students. They have taken a responsibility, the students have taken responsibility that they will obey the order of their guru. No? They have taken a full shelter of a spiritual master for their ongoing journey of spiritual life. Nobody have come and taken, shelter of any of us that, we will follow what you say. You are 100%, you are, there. You got to protect and anything, guide my life. Many devotees have taken shelter of the Guru, and the Guru will educate them, will protect them. So we have come for another reason to Krishna consciousness. We have come to correct our own self. We have come to take shelter of Krishna. We have come to revive our Krishna consciousness. And by the mercy of His Divine Grace Prabhupada, we have got this opportunity to practice devotional service in the association of the devotees. By good, a proper way of associating, we will understand that slowly that we make a very good progress in Krishna consciousness, and that will inspire us to give Krishna to others in the world. So take advantage. And the moment if you're able to see your own fault, that you'll not be trying to find fault on others. There was a beggar was walking in the street. There was a big, bungalow house. The balcony there, the husband and wife, a rich family, the husband and wife seated in the balcony and they were eating a mango and they were eating the mango pulp, enjoying. After that, the man threw the mango seed outside in the garden. So the big bungalow house, but he has not made any fencing to the bungalow house. When he threw the seed and a beggar walking by, he entered the garden, he picked up the seed and began to eat. So the rich man's wife told him, you made a big bungalow, but you never made the fencing here. You look at them, even the beggars are entering into this thing. I feel very shy. The beggars have entered, eating the seed you have thrown, the mango seed. And immediately he got very angry. He got down and then he got the beggar and then he slapped him. The beggar began to laugh. Again he slapped him. He began to laugh. So the rich man asked him, I'm slapping you, you should be crying. Why you are laughing? He said, I'm laughing thinking that how many slaps you're going to get up there. He said, why? He said, just to eat the mango seed, I got 2 slaps from you. But you've been eating the mango pulp, so how many times you'll be slapped up there? So in this way, when we see that our own fault, our own shortcomings, and surely we'll stop criticizing, try to, take offense or offend anybody around. So please take advantage and every day read Prabhupada books, spend some time reading Prabhupada book and follow the ways of Krishna consciousness been given by Prabhupada and cooperate with the other devotees in the temple and take shelter of the temple president. They are representing the Prabhupada movement wherever there is a temple. So in this way, there's a systematic way for us to follow. When you got some problem with other devotees in the temple, you should approach the temple president for solution. If the temple president is not able to give solution, they will contact. In some country, we have got a regional secretary, and it will be taken to them. If a regional secretary is not able to solve, it will be taken to the National Council. When the National Council is not able to deal, it will be taken to the GBC, and the GBC not able to do, it will be taken to the GBC chairman. And if nobody is able to put you into right, a place, then Krishna has to take charge of your life. And even Krishna cannot save you, then nobody else can save you in your life. So we got a very proper way Prabhupada has given to practice Krishna consciousness in the organization, in the association of devotees. Take shelter and be peaceful, and you will enjoy every moment of Krishna consciousness in your life. Thank you so much. Any questions, any doubts, anything you want to add in? Yeah.
Maharaj, you mentioned some rectifications and we could question that we should serve them, we should glorify them by words. But what about when we mentally we are not happy to see the Buddha or we feel ill about them? How can we rectify this?
Well, first of all, you should try to avoid. Even mentally, you should not, try to see the devotees, shortcomings or anything, because you have not come to see anybody else around you. You have come to see Lord Krishna. And you are not given the responsibility to guide and correct and to lead the devotees anywhere around here. You have come here, and if you all the time remember how you came to Krishna consciousness, what was your look, your way of dealing with anybody in the world when you were first time coming to the Krishna consciousness, that we were somewhere or other, we were living a life almost very close to animalistic way. We were very busy in eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Somewhere or other, by the mercy of a Vaishnava, we got this opportunity. So we have come here, always you see that there are so much things within me to be corrected. The Shastra says that, there is a sthayi bhava, there is a permanent, stable emotion is there. It has to be revived through vibhava, Then from that, you get the result of, other spiritual mood. There will be, anubhava, there could be a vyabhachari bhava, there should be a sadvika bhava, that you will be taken to a very high level of spiritual ecstasy. And still we are not having that ecstasy because I'm not really cultivating bhakti to revive my permanent emotion, spiritual emotion in my heart. So you got so much to cultivate within your own self. So why we should worry about other people? They've come here to this temple and they've come here for their own reason. Not everybody sitting here in the temple, not everybody, they wanted to be a pure devotees. Krishna said there are 4 kinds of people who come to him. No? And out of these 4 kind of people, one will be very distressed, one may be, in seeking for the material wealth, one will be inquisitive, another one would have come for the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Krishna said that, those have, seeking for the knowledge is better than everybody else. So people have come for different reasons, no? And there are Kanishta, there are Madhya, there are Uttama, Adhikaris. So many are sitting here and they've come for different reasons. And they've come to the temple, and then the temple is, that coordinated and led by the temple president. So if you got any problem with them, you have to go and inform the temple president that they are disturbing you or they are not allowing you to perform good bhakti. And you should not become, upset because, they are not doing well. The Shastra says when you see somebody, innocent, you help them. And somebody equal to you, you make friend and you make, learn from them. And somebody who's, advanced, you take shelter of that person. And somebody who's envious, you keep away from that person. So you only can help somebody who's innocent, they wanted to learn from you. And you only give advice if you request the advice from you. If they're not asking for your advice, there is no room for you to give them any advice. So you should be praying to Lord Krishna for their upliftment. If anything like that, it is normal when you see somebody, depends, what kind of situation, what kind of interaction you are having with this person, whether he is troubling your own journey of Krishna consciousness, whether it becomes a trouble and obstacles on your path of Krishna consciousness. So in this way, the situation could be different, and accordingly, you have to understand. You should not take, the justice in your hand. When Paprikan is the grandson of the Pandavas. He is the son of Gadurgaja. Gadurgaja is the son of Bhima. When Paprikan came into the battlefield, in the Kurukshetra battlefield, he told Yudhishthira that I alone can kill all the enemies on the other side. And he took out 2 arrows. One arrow, he said, when I shoot this arrow, it will produce reddish color powder. It will touch the chest of those people who are going to die here. And he released that arrow. Surely the reddish powder came when and touched the chest of all those people who are going to die there. Then he take out, the second arrow. Then he said, when I release this arrow, it will go and shoot everybody who have got the reddish color. And when he was ready to shoot the arrow, Krishna released his Sudarshan Chakra, cut off the head of a paprikan. And the Pandavas were very upset with Krishna that he has come to help us, he's our man. Why you killed him? So Krishna said, there is nobody is no my man or your man. He said, wherever there is dharma, I'm on the side of dharma. Today I'm on your side, Pandava side, because you're willing to follow the path of dharma. The next moment, if the Duryodhana is willing to follow, I'm also on the side of Duryodhana. Krishna told that moment, he said, Paprigan has got some power. So he take out the arrow, he wants to kill on the other side other people because he has got some arrow, he has got some power. And the similar way on the other side, Bhishma has got some arrow, he has got some power, Duryodhana has got some power. If everybody think they have got power, everybody take their own weapon, they wanted to fight, where is the place for dharma in the world? So like that, sometimes we are properly situated, we are advancing. It doesn't mean that we wanted to dominate others, we wanted to offend others. But through your Krishna conscious way of practicing, when you're very meek, very humble, when you win over that devotees, he will personally will come to you for help to progress in Krishna consciousness. But your mind only should be carry Krishna with your mind, nothing else. There is no room for anything else in our heart and our mind except Krishna and nothing else. All other things, if they're innocent, you try to help them. If they're equal to you, make friends. They advance than you, you take shelter. But if they're envious, they're not ready to take any advice from you, keep away from that person. No? In due course of time, they will learn how to handle themselves. Yeah.
Maharaj, may I ask one question from yesterday evening, perhaps?
Yeah.
It's also related. You mentioned that one of the regulated principles is also that when one has problems in life, one should approach Krishna and one should help.
Again, slow, I'm not hearing properly.
You said when one has some troubles in life,
one have some trouble in life.
Yeah, one should go to the deity, one should speak
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Krishna,
yeah,
one should take shelter.
yeah.
But I have heard that, this is not pure devotional service, like we should not disturb Krishna, right? Because
Yeah.
he has so many other things to do, being absorbed
Yeah.
in his lila and everything, why should I disturb him with my tiny,
Yeah.
problems? So how can you reconcile this?
Well, when you go to Krishna, you're going to Krishna for solution, because you found that things are troubling you in your mind. A pure devotee like a Kundi Devi, she said, Vipada Santuta Saswara. Again and again I want trouble, because she was very properly situated in Krishna consciousness. So now when you see something as a trouble, that means you are not come to that level of a pure devotee to see Krishna and everything. So instead of you go away from there, you go and speak to Krishna, because Krishna is the cause of everything in this world. That's like Prabhupada says, you chant Hare Krishna, practice bhakti, you'll go to Vaikuntha. But at the same time, the Shastra says that the devotee is not even interested in any kinds of liberation. But he says, I'm saying Vaikuntha, at least you get something in return. You get some profit. Without anything, there are many don't want to do anything here. So for that reason that, sometimes we see that a pure devotee is not required of anything from the Lord. But sometimes, we are in trouble, we are not, that advanced in spiritual life. And you need some help, going to Krishna. There's nothing wrong about it, because you are going to him. So that, you can remain as a devotee, you can practice bhakti very nicely. You're not going to him because, you're seeking for some wealth, you're seeking for some position, you're seeking for some, name and fame. In Krishna consciousness, the thing is like this. There is no something is small, there is no something is big. The mood of your service is very important. Your attitude, in what mood you're going to Krishna. If I'm speaking Bhagavatam, my mood is that I want to become very famous in the world. It's already a wrong, mood. I'm not really eligible to sit here. If you wanted to be the leader of the organization, the mood that I wanted to control everybody, I wanted to collect donation from them if I become a guru. If your mood, very important, your mood is very important. In what mood you are rendering everything towards Krishna. So if you come to Krishna to pray, I'm having trouble, my dear Krishna, I want to remain a good devotee, please help me. There's nothing wrong. But if you come to Krishna, you pray that devotee, making so much trouble, please kick him off from this temple. You also praying to Krishna, but the mood is different. So if your mood is right, everything is right. Prabhupada give example just like a knife. If you take the knife to cut vegetable, that is good. But if you take the knife to kill somebody, that's no good. So what is your inner mood of doing everything? That's very, very important. Externally, it may be looking like you wanted to help somebody, but internally you may want to dominate that person. Internally, you may want to, use that person for some other things. So it's nothing wrong, because we all are not a pure devotee that, like a Kundi Devi asks for more trouble. So at least, you have come to Krishna. That is very, very important. Krishna appreciate that you have come to him. In the chapter 4, Krishna says that, in the chapter 7, text 16, that, the 4 kinds of devotee comes to me. He said they're all pious. All the pious devotees, they come to me. But ultimately he said the one who is very good is that a person who does everything with knowledge. In the chapter 4, text 33 says, Sririyan Dravya Maya Yagya Jnana Yagya Parantapa Sarva Karma Kalim Partak Jnana Parisamipyate. He says to know every sacrifice should be done with knowledge. That is much more better than merely doing it. If you are doing some cooking for Krishna, it has to be done with knowledge, how to nicely do. If you're doing puja, if you're doing anything, it's better to do it with knowledge rather than just doing it, because the knowledge will enhance your bhakti towards Krishna. So even you come to Krishna for some reason, that is very important that you are doing it everything with bhakti, jnanam, vairagyam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he brings Bhakti Jnanam Vairagyam. Prabhupada was in India, and many, many Indians, they were doing bhakti, they were doing, devotional service in their houses. You go to any temple in India, there are 1,000 and 1,000 people in every temple, but still Prabhupada was not happy. He has to go to America, to make a very good devotee. Why? Because they are performing bhakti, but they are performing without knowledge and detachment. That they're simply doing whatever they like, in the name of bhakti. They go to temple, they pray for, their daughter should get married, they should pass exam. They pray for so many things. But the knowledge means they understand, bhakti means, just, simply, doing everything for the pleasure of the Lord. And detachment means, whatever is not, favorable for bhakti should be rejected. Whatever favorable should be accepted. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brings this bhakti, jnanam, vairagyam. So you do everything, with the knowledge and detachment. If you got, other interests, separate interests than Krishna, that is not very good. Your interest should be the interest of Krishna. Like, Rupa Goswami says, Anya Abhyasita Sunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulyena Krishna, Silanam Bhakti Ruttamam. Anukulya means, favorable. Like Kamsa was thinking of Krishna all the time, but Krishna is not happy with Kamsa. But he's all the time thinking, morning to night, he's only thinking about Krishna. When he's drinking water, taking every time, but Krishna is not happy with Kamsa because he is not favorably performing bhakti. So we should favorably perform. Favorable that we want to remain as a devotee. So you can, ask the devotees to help you, ask your spiritual master to help you. You can go to Krishna to help. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes, na danam, na janam, na sundarinam, kavitam, Gauradesh mamai. He said, I don't want this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to, birth after birth, I want to be a devotee. So there is nothing wrong about this thing. I, Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram, by knowing or unknowingly, I fall into the ocean of birth, and that please pick me up and keep me as your eternal servant. There's nothing wrong. Aslasya vaparam ratapinastumam, whether you keep me or kick me, anything, life after life, you are my only Lord. So there is nothing wrong about it, it's not material. You wanted to be a good devotee, you asking the help of Krishna, but then Rupa Goswami says, when you got some trouble, go and speak to Krishna. He will answer your call. Like many, Advaita Acharya had some problem. We went to, his Guru Maharaj. Advaita Acharya was crying, people are not interested in bhakti. Then his Guru Maharaj, Madhavendra Puri, he came. And Madhavendra Puri, after some time, said he's going to take sannyas. And Advaita Acharya was crying, I'm going to be separated from my Guru. Then Madhavendra Puri says, what is the point you crying for me? What will help? If you cry for me, what will help? Nothing will happen. You cry for the Supreme Lord. And when your crying is heard by the Supreme Lord, when He comes, everybody else's problem will be solved. So instead of crying for me, you cry for the Supreme Lord. So you cry for the Supreme Lord. So you're coming to Krishna because you wanted to make a better progress. You wanted to fix in Krishna consciousness. And you're coming to Krishna. Krishna has appeared for that reason only, to reclaim the conditioned soul, and He has come to help the conditioned soul. So in this way, there is nothing wrong. You go to Krishna, unless we are, like Prahlad Maharaj. He was the friend throwing him from the big mountain, high mountain. And Prahlad Maharaj was holding, his hand to the chest, and then he was falling. Later one of his friends asked him, you were very afraid of death, that's why you're putting your hand on your chest and you're falling from the mountain. Prahlad Maharaj said, that is not the reason. My Supreme Lord is seated in my heart here. I don't want Him to get hurt. For that reason I was trying to protect Him. So he was also conscious. It's all different, it's nothing wrong. You have come to the temple, that's the best thing you have done in your life. Out of many people in the city of Germany, European world, you have come to Krishna. I'm very amazed to see the white devotees, for you all to come to Krishna consciousness, because there is temple in Malaysia, there are many, we have got about 26, 27 centers in Malaysia. There is two, like a full-time temple. And this full-time temple, mostly they've brought the pujari from Bengal, and they are living there, but not really many people are joining as a full-time living in the temple. Only somebody who was hired from India, they're sitting in the temple. And look at all many are staying here. It's very amazing, for you to come to stay in the temple to practice. Sometimes I feel how they're staying and conducting the bhakti. And even now is the summer, but I still feel a little bit cold in the morning. Then I'm thinking how the winter is going to be and how they are performing their puja and everything. So somewhere or other you got a great blessing that you have become a devotee. You've been chosen by the Lord Himself to assist His work, to propagate the message all around, so that everybody can be happy and peaceful in Krishna consciousness. So you're doing very well. Only thing is that avoid the Vaishnava aparat. And he got some trouble with the devotees. You try to talk. He says there are 4 ways Krishna is telling how to solve the problem. And later Krishna will talk to Narada Muni about this thing. He says there is the reconciliation. You got some problem with somebody, reconcile. He said, go and sit and talk with that person. So Krishna has done these things. He came to Hastinapur to talk with Duryodhana. Sit and talk. But Duryodhana is not willing to listen to Krishna. So Krishna go to the another ways to handle. He says the compromise. So Krishna told Duryodhana, Naman, if you are not giving them half of the kingdom, at least you give them 5 villages. Duryodhana said cannot. And Krishna said, but at least you give 1. That 1 also you can choose which one you want to give. But Duryodhana said cannot. The second attempt also failure. Cannot solve the problem. And Krishna go to the 3rd one. So Krishna found that he has got a lot of useless friends around him, like a Saguni, Karna and all these people. If he realized he has to weaken him, Duryodhana, he has to make all his friends enemy of him. So he say one thing to Aswatthama thing, another thing to Karna. So he met the different people, try to reduce his power. And And that also doesn't work. And finally, Krishna said that, that's only we go for the war. So before you go for the war, first you have to sit and then talk to the situation. Now Krishna came to Narada Muni. Krishna says that, I got a problem inside and outside. It is a conversation. He says, inside my family, I'm trying to do everybody, I'm trying to keep everybody happier. But somewhere or other, they are not happy. And outside, I'm also trying to help them, they also not happy. So inside not happy, outside not happy. What I should do? Krishna asked Narada Muni. And Narada says, that, he says the solution is, they say, Parimarjanam and Anumarjanam. Parimarjanam means you only can bring in the solution to any problem of life, whether it's inside or outside. He said, Parimarjanam means you develop the quality of a Vaishnava devotees. Anumarjanam, you serve the Vaishnavas. Through your Vaishnava quality, through the service to the Vaishnavas, he said, the problem inside and outside, can be, settled. So ultimately, only way to bring the peace and unity in the organization, to work together very nicely, we have to become a good Vaishnava, number one. Number two, you have to render service to the other Vaishnavas. So Narada Muni said, Parimarjanam, Anumarjanam will bring solution to the entire world. That means before you correct anybody, you be a good devotee, your quality of Vaishnava will attract other people to come to you, and you'll be able to, serve them, and in this way, that will be a great, exchange of love. Like Rupa Goswami said, Darati Pratigriyanati Bhungte Bhojyate Cheva. There are 6 ways of exchanging love. You see, our organization, when I joined the Hare Krishna movement in 1985, we go to a different Grihastha houses. They always call us. And among them, they call for some prasadam. We go there, we sit down and do some bhajan, talk to them, take some prasadam and come back. In this way, they also call, different devotees, Grihastha among them. But today, hardly you can see these things are happening in many places. Many Grihasthas, though, like they have become, preacher, they're acting like a guru. They don't even understand. We have to call another family, come and, actually give them some prasadam, give them some gift, open up the mind. So there is no exchange of love is going on much among the devotees. So that has bring in so many other kind of difficulties in our life. So the devotee, the Shastra says that you should give prasadam to the other devotees, and they should call you to give prasadam, and you give them some gift, and they also exchange the gift, and you open up your mind to that devotee in confidence, they also open up. So in this way, without the exchange of love between the devotees, not going to make that kind of progress and advancement. So we have to really look into the thing that the devotee Grihastha, they should call others, devotees to go to the house for prasadam. Not every day, we are going to do that. At least we have to make a point. At least once a month, we should call some devotees to come to the house and sit and do a little bit of, bhajan and a little bit of reading Prabhupada book and take prasadam, go back. The next time they called, in this way, you enjoy the Krishna consciousness very nicely. Otherwise, it's become very dull, it's become very dry when you try to do everything by yourself. It's very important when you are in the association of the devotees, you enjoy Krishna consciousness very nicely. But when you are by your own self, then you don't really see the greatness of Krishna consciousness. So we have to strictly follow and be kind to all the devotees. All are trying here to become a devotee. That is the ultimate, thoughts of the devotees, that we are all trying. Only by the mercy of Guru and Krishna that we will be able to remain as a devotee. And every day you should go and pray to Radharani, please keep me in the association of devotees. Please keep me as a devotee, because Maya is very powerful. The moment you think you are better than others, then Maya already captured you. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and then let us go and take some prasadam and be happy and peaceful and enjoy your Krishna conscious life for the rest of the day. You have no other option. Whether you like it or don't like it, you don't have any option in the world. True or not? You have no option. Ultimately, you have to come back to Krishna, please. That's it. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki